Have you ever pondered over the significance of those small, buzzing creatures we call bees and their role in our ecosystem? Well, let's dive into the world of bees, a world that is much more complex and vital than many realize. These tiny insects, often just associated with honey production, are actually key players in our ecosystem. They are nature's master pollinators, transferring pollen and seeds from one flower to another, fertilizing the plant so it can grow and produce food. Without bees, many of our favorite fruits, vegetables, and nuts would be a lot less abundant and a lot more expensive. They are the silent workers who keep our plates full and our environment thriving. But their role doesn't stop here. Bees also contribute to the growth of trees, flowers, and other plants, which serve as habitats for other wildlife. Without bees, our food chain would be in peril, a thought that might leave you buzzing with worry. Did you know that bees are nature's prime pollinators? But what exactly does that mean? Well, let's dive into the fascinating world of pollination. Imagine a bustling city with everyone going about their day, doing their jobs. That's precisely what's happening in a garden, field, or orchard. But the workers here are bees, and their job is pollination. So what's pollination? It's a critical process that allows plants to reproduce. In simple terms, pollination is the transfer of pollen from the male parts of a flower to the female parts. This pollen transfer results in fertilization, which gives us fruits and seeds. Now let's talk about how bees play a role in this. Bees are like the delivery personnel in this process. They visit flowers to collect nectar, which they use to make honey. But while they're at it, they get covered in pollen. As they move from flower to flower, some of this pollen rubs off on the female parts of the flowers, enabling fertilization. You might wonder, why bees? Can't the wind do this? Well, the wind does play a part in pollination, but bees are far more efficient. They can target specific flowers and carry a lot more pollen. Plus, some plants have evolved to be exclusively pollinated by bees. These plants' survival, and the survival of the wildlife that depends on them, hinges on these buzzing workers. And it's not just about the beauty of our gardens or the survival of plants, it's about us too. Most of the fruits, vegetables, and nuts we eat are pollinated by bees. Without them, our food supply would look drastically different, and not in a good way. So the next time you enjoy an apple or marvel at a beautiful flower, remember it's the bees you have to thank for. Their tireless work ensures the survival of our plants, the richness of our diets, and ultimately the health of our planet. From your morning coffee to the cotton in your clothes, bees play an integral part in producing many of the things we often take for granted. These tireless workers are the unsung heroes of food production, buzzing from flower to flower, unconsciously carrying pollen on their fuzzy bodies. This simple act of pollination is vital in the reproduction of many of our favorite fruits, veggies, and even nuts. Think about this. Every third bite of food you take, thank a bee. The almond milk in your smoothie, thank a bee. The juicy apple from your lunchbox, thank a bee again. Bees also contribute to the growth of cotton, the very fabric that makes up a large portion of our clothing. So, the comfortable t-shirt you wear? You've got it, thank a bee. Without bees, our plates and lives would be a lot less colorful and diverse. They truly are the unsung heroes of our everyday lives, and their role in food production is priceless. Now that we know how vital bees are to our survival, the question arises, what can we do to safeguard these buzzing heroes? It's simpler than you might think. First and foremost, consider planting bee-friendly flowers. Many bees are starving. By planting a diversity of nectar and pollen-rich flowers, you're essentially setting up a bee buffet in your own backyard. Secondly, avoid using pesticides. These chemicals are harmful to bees and other pollinators. Instead, opt for natural, organic alternatives to keep your garden pest-free. Furthermore, support your local beekeepers. By purchasing locally produced honey, you're helping to sustain an environment where bees can thrive. You can also build a bee hotel or leave an area of your garden wild to provide shelter for bees. Finally, spread the word. Let's make everyone aware of the importance of bees and the need to protect them. Remember, every small action counts in making a big difference. So join the buzz and do your part to protect our bees. If you've enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that we may continue to bring you interesting videos.